So I haven't done a video in a little while. It's been a busy couple months through Christmas, and then my daughter got COVID, and we've just been hibernating for a while, so it's time to get back into my videos. And this one, I wanted to talk about calories. So if you have ever been a yo-yo dieter, like I was for almost 40 years, since age 12, calories in, calories out. That's what we've been told, and that's what it's still being touted, that calories in, calories out, that's the way to think about weight loss. So recently I was listening to a podcast and learning about somebody who was able to heal their MLS through diet, which is really mind-blowing that that can actually happen. And they said that this person ate, I think 9 cups of vegetables a day to change the gut bacteria, to heal the gut, to take the inflammation down. And I thought, well, 9 cups, is that a lot of food? Is that a lot of vegetables? So what I did was I took regular foods that I have been eating for the last almost 2 years now, or a year and a half since I lost the 80 pounds, and I've been able to maintain around 130 pounds right now. And so I was thinking, well, I eat a lot of vegetables and fruit already, so I thought, okay, well, just the vegetables. Let me measure out what 9 cups of vegetables look like. So I made a salad that I'm normally used to making, and I had some cooked vegetables, and I measured it all out, and I was averaging probably 6 or 7 cups, between the salad and the cooked vegetables a day. So I thought, oh, that 9 cups, that's not impossible. So it was good to realize that I'm not too far off something that is actually being recommended, or that somebody actually found that worked in order to heal the gut and to become healthier. So I have definitely increased my vegetable content, or the amount of vegetables that I eat in this last year and a half, and as I was losing the weight. And it's not actually as hard to do as we might think. So going back to the topic of calories in, calories out, if you take a bag of chips, and I know 2 of my daughters love the chips, more than the sugar kind of thing, how people will be drawn to sugars to snack on instead of the salty foods. I'm always drawn to the sugars and the chocolate, or in the past, those were the things that I like to snack on the most. Well, a bag of chips, I can see people eat a whole bag of chips, and you look on how many calories that is. It's around 1,000 or 1,100 calories, I think. And so anyways, in this podcast, they were also talking about, the calories difference between a bag of chips and broccoli, for instance. And I think they had said it was 35 cups of broccoli to 1 bag of chips, and that's the same amount of calories. And so I looked it up myself, how many grams of calories in a bag of chips and how many grams of calories in a cup of broccoli. And I think it was 30, I'm trying to remember what it was. But sure enough, it is, for I think 1,100 calories in a bag of chips, 35 cups of broccoli. So saying what I was saying before, where, how much is 9 cups of vegetables? 9 cups of vegetables is doable. 35 cups of broccoli, that's not doable. You could not eat that in a day. You would be so sick. You'd probably never want to have broccoli again in your life. Never want to touch it. Never want to see it. Never want to touch it. Never want to smell it. Never want to cook it. So that's not an option. You're not going to say, okay, I'm going to have 1,100 calories at this meal. You're going to eat the bag of chips, because there's so many chemicals in those chips. They hire chemists at these factories, or at the place where they create the recipes for the chips. They hire them to put ingredients in there that can make us eat the whole bag of chips and not feel sick and not mind eating another bag of chips tomorrow. Whereas if we ate 35 cups of broccoli, well, first of all, our stomachs are, not much bigger than our fist. We couldn't actually fit 35 cups of broccoli, even if we ate it for the whole day. So as I was listening to this podcast, I think it was Dr. Mark Hyman that was talking about this the most. And it's like a no-brainer. Of course, we're not going to count calories to lose weight. It does not make sense. Calories is not what we need to look at. And for those almost 40 years that I was yo-yo dieting, calories did not work. Counting calories did not work. It would work at the beginning, and then I'd get so sick of counting calories, or I'd cheat and eat the bag of chips and justify it, because I'm just counting the calories. I'm not counting nutrients. I'm not counting the carbs. It's just this factor that just makes absolutely no sense. I know there are a lot of people out there still touting it. I would say 99% of those people have not been obese themselves that are talking about cutting calories. Oh, just eat in moderation. Just cut calories, calories in, calories out. I bet those people have never been obese and had to lose weight and maintain the weight loss like I have had to do. And it is hard. It is hard to lose that weight, but it's doable. I've done it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. That's how I feel. It's doable. And as you're maintaining the weight loss, that's doable. I've done it. I am doing it. I'm in the process of doing it. It is working. The habits that I made, the habits that I created and that I learned about while I was losing the weight are the same habits that I'm putting into practice every day. I can't let my guard down. It's easier because they are habits. I don't have to think about them. The way I shop, the way what I put in my grocery cart, what I eat, what's in my fridge, what's in my cupboards, what's in the freezer. Those things are habits that I created, built, learned about while I was losing the weight, and I still put those into practice, and that's how I'm able to maintain the weight loss. But it's so much easier than counting calories in the past. Or I did Weight Watchers. Counting points, basically the same thing. It's just another metric. Means nothing. If your point, to me, this is my opinion, it means nothing because you can justify, these points, this is from cheesecake, this is from a chocolate cake, this is from your donut, etc. And there's points in broccoli, probably. I totally forget it. It's been over 2 decades, I think, since I did Weight Watchers. But, there's points to everything, right? Or maybe there's some free points. I totally forget about it. So anyways, it's the same concept is what are we counting? It does not make sense to count things that don't really matter. What matters and what has worked for me is counting the carbs. And I only had to count them for a few months till I got into the habit of it, till I learned what the carbs were, what foods had high carbs, what foods had lower carbs, what foods I didn't have to count. And I haven't counted carbs, I haven't counted calories, I haven't counted anything for 1.5 years now because it's just habit. I know what to eat. It's super, super simple. Eat the real food, the 1 ingredient foods, not something that's been created in the laboratory by the chemists, by the magicians who somehow have uncovered this way of making a bag of chips that you can't stop eating. And it's 1,000 calories later, and how? It's magic. It's magic, whatever they put in those chips. It's crazy. But we get addicted to them where we want them the next day. Well, it's the carbs mostly, it's the carbs, but it's also the chemicals. Don't count calories anymore. I really recommend that. That just did not work for me. I don't see it working for other people. And I don't see, and don't take advice for losing weight from people either who are not, functional medicine doctors, who are actually learning about the most recent scientific studies. Don't listen to someone who, learned 30 years ago. It's outdated. We have better studies. We are learning more. And also listen to people who have had success losing the weight. That really, because it's real life experiences and you can actually put those things into practice. That's my hope, is that I can share more of my story, and that's why I really can't shut up about it, because it worked for me, and I would love other people to experience the freedom that comes from not being obese anymore. I just want to help people. I just hope that you can learn how to forget what you've learned in the past. Part of it is unlearning what you learned about counting the points and counting the calories. For a little bit of time, count some carbs and then stop counting. And it's so nice. It's so nice to not have to count anymore. So that's my take on calories and not counting them. I would love for you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please comment below if you've had issues with counting calories or counting points or other things you've had to count, and if you had success with that, or if you, like myself, were frustrated with it and would like to learn how not to have to count stuff anymore and to have success losing weight. Comment, get in touch with me through Facebook Messenger. I look forward to sharing more in another video. Thank you.